We came so far from dreams. The path was hard for me. They thought we fall, you see. Well, look at us now, look at us now. We make it hot when we on the scene. Yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team. Yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around. You know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we. Tell me who better than we. We soaring to places you never could reach. When we walk in that spot, don't hear none of you speak. Shh, do you want peace or the peace? A king about to put you to sleep. Listen, my team is elite. You not even qualified to compete. He starving, he barely can eat. I guess that's why he always itching for beef. So I put him on ice and I told him to chill. Close your mouth if you can't pay for the meal. Making statements that you know you don't mean. Nice guy trying to act like he mean. Keep it a buck, keep it a bean. Attitudes will put you dudes in the beam. Isekai, he don't live in reality. Shake back, all become a fatality. Yeah, how you gon' hate when you mirror us? He think he a star, he ain't serious. X him out, we not on the same frequency. If you broke, you ain't hearing us. Work the screw, anime, that's how I feel, period. We winning, that's making them furious. We make it high when we on the scene, yeah, that's 1,000 degrees. I got a grind for me and my team, yeah, you know we gon' eat. You see the crowds when we come around, you know that I roll with some kings. We sit it down, I don't hear a sound, but I ask you who better than we.
Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leon Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Izuku Was Loved by the Introners. This is part 2, and honestly, thanks a lot, guys. I really appreciate the love and support that you made for that, well, for the anniversary special for my channel. For all that, I really have to thank you guys a lot. I didn't really expect that this would have gotten a lot of traction, to be honest, given that Drakengard isn't really well known outside of its spin-off series / sequel series, the Nier, after all. But again, since Yoko Taro Sensei is getting a lot of respect, I guess maybe his other games are getting a lot more love too, being the Drakengard series, and I'm happy about that. So, anyway, let's do that of a quick recap with Izuku. Instead of being all alone throughout his childhood, like how it was in that of the original timeline and canon, instead, in this one, he met that of 6 unique girls, an older girl by the name of Zero, and her 5 sisters. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, which are just their nicknames. And just by meeting Izuku on that day, where Zero defended him, they became his closest friends. Even actually helped him out in the past as well, growing up. Which now he's not as skittish or basically less confident in himself like he used to be, due to years and years of emotional and physical abuse, after all. With even that of his childhood friends, the Introners, actually falling in love with Izuku all together, even being quite overprotective of him too. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? As the day coming to an end, with Izuku getting all of his notes taken care of, especially finishing up his, drawing and stats on that of Mount Lady, with then putting in his notebook. However, before he could, it soon grabbed out of his hands. However, instead of it being from that of Bakugo, it's actually from Two. With then saying, Mount Lady, quirk, most likely a gigantification / size changing quirk, possibly having that of a quite slim curvature and possibly muscular figure. She also had quirk is quite capable of crowd control, while also not just taking down gigantification villains, but also possibly blocking off certain villains as well, due to her size. Also, within, Two couldn't help but have that of a twitching eyebrow, as Izuku, noticing the twitching eyebrow, saying, quite sex appealing. Within saying, I can explain? I don't think you can. As Izuku trying to get his notebook back, with Two basically dodging out of the way multiple times, moving pretty quickly, even though Izuku's moving fast. Two, on the other hand, is quite quick herself, to be honest. With then soon, after a few minutes of basically giving up, Izuku couldn't help but slump on the ground, saying, I'm sorry, saying, just messing with you, Izu. Handing the notebook back to that of her crush slash best friend, but then him putting it back in his bag, with making sure that she didn't grab it again, saying, sorry, I'm not going to grab it this time, promise. With Izuku basically puffing his cheeks and glaring at Two as well, with Two mentally thinking while blushing herself, saying, so cute. With then, soon, Izuku couldn't help but sigh, saying, can we just go? I'm pretty sure 3 and 5 are within about to leave, as he's soon noticing both Bakugo and his 2 lackeys, as he couldn't help but sigh, saying, here we go. Within, Two saying, guess so. Within, soon, Izuku couldn't help but sigh, saying, what do you want, Kachan? Within, Bakugo saying, seriously? You're asking what I want, you damn nerd? Within, soon, Two couldn't help but say, that's exactly what he's asking. Could you get on with it? We're in a hurry. Within, soon, Bakugo saying, don't you? Within, soon, Izuku giving that of a death glare towards Bakugo if he says anything towards Two, saying, just shut up and basically stay quiet. This is a talk between me and Deku, saying, I got nothing to talk to you about, Kachan. Come on, Two, let's go. As they were about to walk off, Bakugo grabs Izuku by his shoulder. Before then, you can actually begin to smell that of something burning. Within saying, don't you dare walk away from me, you damn nerd. We are. Within soon, knocking Bakugo's hand off of his school uniform. As then, looking at that of the burn mark on that of his uniform, saying, seriously? This is going to be a pain in the ass to repair. With Bakugo getting annoyed, saying, why you? Before he could finish, Izuku basically hit Bakugo on that of his jaw, on that of his lower jaw, knocking him out instantly. As he uses that of his knuckles to do so, making sure that it hurt even more, rattling his brain as well. With then soon both Bakugo's lackeys, the same kid that Izuku grew up with as well, while the other being that of a new boy, unlike the fat boy from earlier, as he's basically a bald-headed kid, as the two look completely and utterly terrified. But then soon, Izuku saying, let's go, Two, grabbing her by her hands, as the two leaving that of his classroom. But then, both lackeys couldn't help but feel a little bit worried once Bakugo wakes up, thinking that he is definitely going to kill Midoriya, or kill them for not stepping in sooner or later or stopping them. Not wanting to know either one, they decide to basically run off and basically tell him that they tried to go after Midoriya, but he basically ran away too, as their cover story. Speaking of, Izuku and Two, the two of them continue walking as heading back to his place but then Izuku saying, still can't believe both 3 and 5 are trying their best to get into UA outside of just the entrance exam. With then 2 couldn't help but say, well, you can't blame them. Big Sis 2 always does their best. Sure, the tuition to UA is free as long as we pass the entrance exam, but it's the housing that's the problem. But then Izuku saying, oh right, you guys live in Shinjuku now since Zero basically got a new job starting a few years back. You guys only able to commute here because, it's the only chance you guys get. With then soon, Two saying, yep, we're mainly doing this so we can help out that of Big Sis Zero, to be honest. She's always done so much for us. I think we should do the same for her. With Izuku couldn't help but smile at Two, and thinking, 3 and 5. It's hard to believe that the two of them aren't going to be in the hero course, like 1, U, and 4. With then soon Two saying, seriously? You really think those two are the hero type? With then Izuku couldn't help but laugh to himself, saying, definitely not. 3 has always been that of the curious and always mad scientist type. I've always noticed that, especially every time when she tinkers with something. It's always amazing or somewhat terrifying. Within, Two can help but laugh, saying, "Oh, do I know it? She's a genius. But we ought to make sure never to let her get anywhere near that of live experiments ever again." Within, two of them couldn't help but basically shiver at what happened all about that of several years back with one of Three's, support gear experiments. As they were heading down through that of a tunnelway, which is basically heading to a shortcut towards Izuku's home, as the two were basically halfway almost out of the tunnel, within something coming out of the manhole cover. Within, soon, one of them saying, "Hey, 2 for the price of 1. This is perfect." As the figure being that of a man made of sludge is being a villain. Within, the sludge villain internally thinking, "I normally go for the girls, but..." Within, noticing Izuku saying, "Kid doesn't look like he's much of a problem. So I'll take his body and kill the girl soon after." With that, soon, the sludge villain goes straight for Izuku. But then, soon, both Izuku and Two basically felt something coming straight at them, as they both basically dodged out of the way before they were hit by or taken over by the sludge. But then, Izuku saying, "Two, are you?" Saying, "Don't worry about me, Izuku. Worry about yourself." But then, the sludge villain goes straight for Izuku once again, as he rolls out of the way before rolling once again, as then trying to make sure, why is he coming after me? With then saying, "Come on, kid, just stand still. I want to take your body." With then soon, before he could finish, a beautiful and quite elegant melody begins to ring out through the tunnelway. Within, the melody coming straight from Two, as she begins to use her quirk, Lily Nay Draken, nickname 2, quirk Melody Paralyzation. Her quirk is just like her many siblings. However, their quirks have different meanings in different ways that they sing. Two's quirk basically allows her to paralyze anybody that she sings to. Her songs also enhance that of her physical strength as well. But she normally sings paralyzing those that are in front of her, though. Within, the sludge villain begins to feel the paralyzation song melody flowing through that of his sludge body, saying, I can't move. I can't." Within, soon, while Two is still singing, Izuku gets right beside her. Within, thinking, "Nice work, Two." Within, soon, while still singing, she couldn't help but give that of a wink towards Izuku. Before then, somebody does burst through that of the manhole cover where the sludge villain was, saying, "Never fear, citizens, for I am here." Hearing that catchphrase, Izuku knows it all too well, especially the tone of voice as well. Even Two, who wasn't much of a big fan of this hero, but still idolized him just like that of her best friend and sisters, couldn't help but know this voice as well, as this coming from the number 1 pro of Japan. This is All Might. Within, soon, preparing that of his Detroit Smash. As then, soon realizing the punch, Izuku grabs Two and basically brings her down to the ground to make sure that the wind pressure didn't knock them back as well. As their clothes, alongside their hair and both their messy hairs, begin to get even more messier than before, as the wind pressure basically blasts above them, with the sludge villain basically going everywhere. Within, soon, both Izuku and Two couldn't help but be looked utterly and downright shocked and surprised, seeing the power of the number 1 pro of Japan. As for Izuku, it's almost like seeing a god right in front of him. Then, the two began to stand up in that of the sludge-covered, tunnel. But then, All Might saying, "Never fear, citizens. The villain has been taken care of, and seeing that the two of you are are no harm done, given that it took me a while to show up. I'm guessing the two of you must have done your best to distract him while keeping him busy as well. And for that, I had to thank the both of you quite a bit. But then, hearing this, Izuku couldn't help but fanboy even more, getting praised by that of his idol, with Two saying, it was no biggie. All I did was use my quirk on him to paralyze him. Nothing that wasn't too hard after all. As Two gets off this big goofy smile of hers, with then soon, All Might couldn't help but say, well done, young lady. What about you, young man? With then Izuku saying, he was mainly coming after me, so I was able to dodge his movements pretty easily. I think he thought that I was an easy target, that's all. With then saying, I'm guessing your quirk must apply to that of agility. Well done, well done. With then Izuku saying, well, about that, sir. Before Izuku could finish, All Might soon went through that of quick speed, basically gathering all of the Sludge villain and then putting him in that of a bottle. With then saying, but I have somewhere to go. Saying, wait, All Might, there's something I need to tell you. Saying, if you need an autograph, all you just need to do was ask. Within saying, wait, well, there's that, but I also have something else too. Within Sue, grabbing that of Izuku's bag, pulling out his hero notebook, saying, here, sign this. Within Izuku saying, wait, Two! After that, All Might signs that of the notebook, as having that of All Might on the left page and Might on the right, saying, this is awesome. This is truly going to be a family heirloom, but then getting off track, saying, look, seriously, All Might, there's something I must ask. I have to ask you. Crime never sleeps, and neither does a pro like me. To keep on moving to help those in need. Well, take care, citizens. After saying that, All Might soon dashes off. Within soon, Two couldn't help but sigh, saying, that's a simple piece for you. Always busy and always on the move. Never staying in one place. Am I right, Izuku? Within, looking at her childhood friend / first crush in love. Within, blinking multiple times, saying, Izuku? Within, realizing that All Might's gone, her childhood best friend is gone, and then realizing that he had something to say to All Might, before then blinking multiple times, once again, as her cheerful smile went to that of a deep frown before screaming, oh no, Izuku! Freaking out insane, trying to figure out their trajectory on where they went, as looking on how far that All Might had to jump before taking that of longitude and latitude, before grabbing that of her phone out of that of her school bag, and then begin to messaging all of her sisters and about the situation that has happened. Back out at Aldera Junior High's student council room, as it being that of not a sizable classroom, but at least quite big enough to at least have that of one large table, allowing that of the student council to at least be able to, have their proper meetings, and at least enough room as well to have to put their bags somewhere properly that wouldn't get in the way of their duties, after all. While one is basically in front of that of the whiteboard, labeling everything that she plans on doing to improving Aldera before she moves on to that of UA, from more restrictions on that of people's quirks outside of quirk testing, power testing classes, less slacking off in certain classes as well by having them focus more on their schoolwork, while also adding that of a tutoring system for many students that feel like they have been lacking, given that Aldera basically is thinking that sending off both one Bakugo, Two, and also the other Draken sisters off to UA will just boost up their credibility. Think wrong, as even though this school may be a shithole, at least she will make it a proper shithole if need be. Wanting all students, even the students that don't have the potential of being heroes, to at least succeed once they graduate that of Aldera, and have that of a better future outside of when they graduate from high school as well. With then suit. However, as for Four's decisions, as not just the vice president of Aldera Junior High Student Council, but is also the captain of the discipline committee, she's also cracking down on anybody using their quirks as well. If they use their quirks in class that isn't that of their power testing class, then they will be automatically hit with that of a detention slip for at least that of 3 days. Normally, this would be strict as hell, but seeing that of how lax the teachers are about that of quirk testing, it's up to the discipline committee to take up the slack of the irresponsible teachers. In Four's case, as she likes to bring it up, showing her passion and strictness for justice, basically standing up tall. And not only that, deep down, her true main reason why she does this is to make sure that Aldera is safe enough for Izuku to survive the school before they graduate and he goes to UA alongside them, wanting to make sure that the boy she loves is well protected more than anything. A few members of the student council that were completely skeptic of the rules that both 1 and 4 wanted to employ, even thinking that 4's rules on wanting to, be more strict on students that use their quirks outside of their power testing classes is just, unreasonable, which in 4's case, saying that they are just as much as delinquents allowing such things anyway. They are basically believing that they'll have free reign to use their quirks however they see fit once they graduate from Aldera and go to high school. Some high schools are lax, while some are a lot more stricter as well, especially UA. The teachers allow this too much, already aware on how much of a shithole this school is. So it's up to them, the student council, to make up for that of the teachers' lackluster performance. As both 1 and 4 believe that this is the right thing to do, as many of the student council members can help but feel like they have a long year ahead of them. Within soon, both one hears that of her phone going off in that of her school bag, while the same also goes off for 4 as well. Thinking that it's not really that important, they ignore it. However, it goes off on that of a special group. Another ringtone goes off. However, it's in that of a special group chat message, as it's between that of the Draken sisters. Not even Izuku knows about this group chat message, server as well. Then both sisters go to their bags, asking for apologies soon after, as then they read their messages before both 1 saying apologies, but I and Vice President Draken needs to leave. But then 4 saying, we truly are sorry, especially that this is our first meeting of the year, but something urgent has come up, a family emergency actually, so we are sorry. Within, though, the secretary saying, but ma'ams, don't you think, so you can all leave and head back home now if you wish, but the policies that we wish to instate into that of the school will happen. We'll make that 100% clear. I expect you as student council members to follow this as well. After saying that, both 4 and 1 leave, with leaving that of a bewildered student council behind. Within soon, 1 saying, I can't believe that idiot grabbing onto All Might and basically flying off to who knows where. Within, 4 couldn't help but look frantic, saying, what if Izuku gets hurt? What if he falls from that of Stories High? What if All Might basically... Within, soon, grabbing onto her little sister by only that of a few hours. Within, saying, 4, calm yourself. Izuku may be, Izuku, but he's not as capable of himself as well. And not only that, this is All Might we're talking about, the number 1 pro. Knowing them, they most likely landed at that of a rooftop with that of a stairway, allowing Izuku to go. Once we meet up with that of 2, into the location where she believes that she sees that where Izuku is going, by her calculations, it's most likely the downtown area of Mustafa. That's where we go and meet with 2, 3, and 5. If anything, we would ask Big Sis Zero to tag along, but she's busy right now. So I think it's best that we take care of this ourselves. Within soon, 4 saying, you're right. You're always right, You're always right, Sister One. With then saying, "Oh, let's get going. I want to make sure that Izuku's all right." As both sisters basically head straight out of Aldera Junior High, with that of 4 and 5, with 5 already leaving their house alongside that of 4, within soon 5 saying, just when I was about to binge and eat on that of one giant, some amazing chocolate cake, my beloved Izu baby just had to get himself in trouble. Within 3 not saying anything, continue walking, saying, seriously, I know the guy I already know what Izuku probably wanted to ask All Might. He probably wanted to ask if a quirkless kid like him could basically become a hero. Oh, that stupid, adorable idiot. If only he knew that. Within soon, without warning, 3 grabs her sister by that of her hair, saying, "Ow, ow, ow! What the hell, 3? Saying, "Don't call Izuku an idiot, 5. Within letting go of her sister, while still walking, 3 continues saying, "It's only natural that Izuku wanted an answer. We've always told him he can become a hero. Big Sis Zero's always told him he can become a hero. But nobody else has told him that. The last thing that would submit Izuku to trying hard and continue to achieve his dream of wanting to be a hero is that All Might tells him he can become a hero without a quirk." With 5 completely caught off guard as they leave that of their apartment building, within saying, "Wow, you've thought this out quite a bit, 3. I'm surprised," saying, "It was a social experiment, I was thinking. Multiple theories I thought about with Izuku. It was fascinating. This is basically the conclusion I came up with. I still think he is an imbecile and fool for believing that he still can't become a hero without a quirk and having to seek out that of his idol, his inspiration for wanting to see if it's truly achievable, truly seizable. It's quite the predicament and the very reason on why we need to be there for him. Because knowing the number one hero and knowing our current society, he would say it outright." Within soon 5, even though she's not the smartest of her sisters, even though she's technically pretty damn smart when it comes to saving money and basically business sense, come to the realization, if All Might tells him he can't become a hero, there's a chance that everything that we worked for building him up to becoming something amazing will basically come crashing down, all because he wanted validation that his dream is achievable. Shit. If I knew something like this was going to happen, I would have taken his virginity sooner. After 5 come to this realization, 3 didn't really comment it, but internally she's saying, "I agree with you on that, sister, 100%. As 3 and 5 basically heading to that of the train station, making sure that they get back to that of Mustafa as soon as possible. As for Izuku and All Might, on the other hand, just as All Might was heading to that of the police station to take the Sludge villain away, he noticed Izuku was on him, even telling him to let go, that he doesn't like being close to he loves his fans, but not to this extent. Within, Izuku telling him if he lets go, he's going to fall. Within, All Might saying, "Right," as they head to that of a nearby building in the downtown area. Within, Izuku trying to catch his breath, within saying, "There should be that of a door. There's a door right on here. You need to be going back downstairs. Now, good day, young man," saying, "Please, All Might, I have to ask. Is it possible for somebody without a quirk to become a hero?" Within hearing this, All Might was completely caught off guard, saying, "What?" Within, soon, Izuku looking down, saying, "All my life, people have told me that being a quirkless hero is unachievable, unseizable, if anything. That all I'd be doing is just getting myself hurt. That I'd be worrying people. However, even as a quirkless person, there were people in my life that told me that it is possible. That it is possible to be a hero even without a quirk. If I work hard, train hard, give it my all day in and day out." They were the ones who basically who told me to continue working hard and achieving my goal. They're the ones who helped me reach my goal, reach my abilities, and peak. It's because of that I've even surpassed all of the people in my class when it comes to physical endurance after all. However, I wanted to hear it from you, the man that inspired me, the man that always had a smile on his face and always told anybody that they put their heart to it, they can become a hero. So please, tell me, is it possible that, well, as Izuku continues saying, within finally noticing All Might's appearance, as he's currently basically skin and bones with hair, with shaggy, spiked up hair, and basically looking like blood is coming out of his mouth. Within, Izuku freaking out saying, "What the?" As he looks like he's about to get into that of a battle stance, saying, "You're an imposter! You're not the real All Might!" Within saying, "Don't worry, kid, I am the real All Might." As he spit out blood, saying, "Holy God, you're basically spitting out blood! No way in hell!" Within soon, All Might saying, "Chill out, kid. This is the effect of my quirk, after all." Within, Izuku saying, "Wait, your quirk?" After saying that, within, All Might saying, "You know how guys like to puff up their chest to make them look like more muscular when they're at a beach or at a pool? My quirk basically acts like that." Within, Izuku saying, "Wait, so your quirk's basically a transformable quirk?" Within, soon, All Might saying, "Nope, it's an emitter quirk." Saying, "Wait, but you just said it's complicated." Within, soon, All Might saying, "Look, the point is, kid, I heard what your plea, and I've heard everything that you said as well. Even say that you worked hard and trained hard to become a hero. Well, I need to tell you this, kid." Within, soon, lifting up that of his shirt, showing that of a gnarly and quite messed up wound that it seems like it's been operated on multiple times, and especially in surgery as well. As there's been nothing but just scarring all around it, saying, "You see this, kid? This is a wound I got about that of 5 years ago. A wound that basically barely even heals. I lost basically half of my stomach and half of my lung from this attack." Within, Izuku saying, "Wait, an attack 5 years ago? Wait, could it have been Toxic Chainsaw? There was a theory that he put a lot of damage on you during your fight." Within, saying, "Huh? Oh, you know about that fight? Not even a lot of people know about that one, but no. That guy was basically small time compared to the guy I fought. This fight was even more secretive than anything that had to be kept under the records." Within, Izuku saying, "Somebody even more secretive than that fight? It took me 1, 0, and 4 to basically bring up that fight. We even had to ask 3 if she was able to hack into certain programming that correlates fights between that of All Might that happened in the past couple of years as well. And yet, no fight like that even came up besides that of the Toxic Chainsaw fight. But there's a guy that's strong enough to do that to All Might?" Within, soon, All Might continues speaking that he is the number one hero. He's the hero that basically smiles to keep everybody reassured that everything will be okay. Even bring up the fact that that his smile isn't the same that it used to be. That it's basically a smile that basically hides away his fear nowadays. Even telling him that pro heroes put their life in danger almost daily, after all. Even with that of a slight training as well. There's no way, without a quirk, he can't become a hero. With even telling him, "I'm sorry, young man, but you're not capable of being a hero without a quirk." Within hearing those words, it almost felt like that of a hammer basically slamming down on him once and for all. Within soon, at a split second, all 6 sisters from 0 all the way to 5 couldn't help but feel their heart basically shatter as well. That 1 through 5 were too late to stop it. Within soon, All Might saying, "There's nothing wrong with dreaming, kid, and there's nothing wrong with working hard to achieve that dream, but it needs to be realistic as well. You could become a police officer. I mean, sure, people give them a lot of flag because they show up after the fight is all done, but it's still a respectable job. And then there's also being a doctor as well. It's tough getting in the medical field nowadays, but even so, it's still a respectable duty. Especially you would be able to help and save many pros and people as well. Just think about it, young man. As for me, I need to get going and get this Sludge villain back to the cops as soon as possible. Within soon, making sure that the door was able to open, saying, "Good, the door is open. I'll see you around, young man. Please take care." With that, Izuku left on that of the building as the winds begin to blow, as he begins thinking, was it all pointless? Was it all meaningless? Did everything that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 do for me? Did all the training, all the physical abuse I went through to reach this level basically become meaningless? Did everything that Kachan, my mom, the teachers, my fellow students all finally realized that they were right? They were all so goddamn right. But then soon, Izuku couldn't help but feel so frustrated, as it almost feels like tears are about to come out of his eyes. Before then, soon, something slipped out of his pocket, as it looks like that of a keychain. Within soon, Izuku seeing what slipped out, as he noticed what it was, as it being that of a flower-looking keychain, with that of 6 petals, with that of letters on them. However, they're actually the ruminal numbers, actually. With then, as it being a keychain that all the girls worked on together for Izuku for good luck. Hell, even Zero pitched in as well. But then, Izuku couldn't help but smile, thinking, no, it wasn't. After everything that they've done for me, after everything that they've done to basically support me, look through to me, if they didn't have them in my life, I don't know what I would do. If they didn't support me and didn't cheer me on, basically rooting for me all the way and helping me get stronger, I don't know what I would do. All Might says that it's impossible. All Might's smile may be seen fake. However, it was him saving people with that smile that inspired me. And if it wasn't for that smile, I would never met them at all. And they would never have gone this far for me. Placing the keychain close to his chest before closing his eyes as he begins to cry. However, instead of tears of despair and sadness, they're tears of happiness and resolve, saying, I'm not giving up on that dream until I basically try to achieve it, until I basically reach for it and give it my all to make it there. If I fail, I fail. If I make it, then I'll prove everybody wrong. And I'll prove that Zero and the others, what they did for me was right. But then soon, wiping away those tears as he also heading downstairs. Before then, an explosion goes off. And that at a distance saying, what's going on? A little while back, before the explosion happens, Bakugo and his lackeys basically go through that of an alleyway with Bakugo grumbling and rubbing that of his jaw, with then saying, stupid damn Deku, getting that damn lucky cheap shot in. If I was prepared, that damn Deku wouldn't even get a chance to even run away. Alongside that of his stupid blue-haired bitch. As Bakugo is still grumbling about him being knocked out, within his lackeys come up and say, yeah, we did try his best to stop them, but they were way too damn slippery. With then the other guy saying, yeah, definitely. We will try again next time. And you'll basically make sure that damn, Midoriya learns his place. As the other guy was about to light up that of a cigarette, before then Bakugo grabbed the cigarette out of his hands, before then exploding it, turning it into nothing but ash. With then saying, hey, don't be smoking around me. Like I said, I'm trying to get into UA. I don't need shit like that getting in my way. Especially going on my damn permanent record. With then saying, oh, you really are serious about that. With then soon Bakugo saying, I'm going to become the number one hero. I need to make sure that everything is spotless. With then soon one of them saying, then why the hell do you keep on trying to bully Midoriya? As he said this quietly, within Bakugo saying, the hell you say? Saying, nothing. With then Bakugo kicking that of a bottle as it being a familiar certain bottle. Is this holding that of the Sludge villain? As soon as he kicked it, it soon opens up, showing the Sludge villain, saying, you know, I saw that quirk of yours. It's quite strong. Within soon, both Bakugo's lackeys basically run off, as then the Sludge villain goes after Bakugo. With then soon, that's when the Sludge villain began trying to take over Bakugo's body while also using his quirk at the same time to basically get away. As the pros that basically showed up, being that of Def Arms, Kamui Woods, Backdraft, and Mount Lady, alongside that of a few other pros like that of a guy that looks like he has that of a flying quirk, trying their best to get that of Bakugo out of the Sludge villain. However, they're not really trying their absolute best, as Def Arms tried to get Bakugo out with trying to punch the Sludge villain, but instead of, maybe going after his arm, going after his eyes, or possibly maybe trying his best to pull Bakugo out, then there's Backdraft, who could have used his quirk to put out all the fires at the same time, while also drenching that of the Sludge villain, making sure that Bakugo can't use his explosion quirk. Sure, he may not know that his explosion quirk is tied to his sweat, but even so, better something than basically just putting out the fires alone. Then there's Kamui Woods, who also could getting in the way, instead of just focusing on trying to keep getting civilians out of the alleyway just alone, while finishing gathering the civilians, he could use his quirk to basically go underground. Sure, it may destroy some of the pavement, but better that than allowing a kid to basically suffocate and a villain to win at a chance. But instead, they all basically just sit back and do nothing. What about Mount Lady? She's basically useless entirely. Her quirk is not even made for a situation like this at all, which means the other three have no damn excuse, unlike her. Seeing what's happening in the situation by asking around, 1, alongside that of 2, 3, 4, and 5, realized that Bakugo has been taken by the Sludge villain. Within 2, couldn't help but gasp, saying, holy cow, that's the same Sludge villain that tried to attack me and Izuku. With then 2, 4 saying, wait, you're serious too? Saying, yeah, but All Might had him. With then soon coming to the realization, with 1 saying, Izuku grabbed onto All Might, and doing so might have let the Sludge villain loose while All Might was in the air, too busy trying to protect Izuku. Within suit, 3 couldn't help but comment saying, so Izuku's the reason behind Bakugo being captured by the Sludge villain. I don't see this as a problem. Within, 4 saying, of course this is a problem, 3. I mean, yes, we all hate Bakugo, and yes, he's annoying, and yes, he always threatens Izuku and tries to bully him on a daily. And with Finn trying to look at the downsides to this instead of looking at the upsides, with Finn saying, is this a downside? Shouldn't we? With Finn soon, 1 can help but sigh, saying, as much as I hate Bakugo too, this is bad. We don't allow that of people to die just on our watch. We're supposed 2, 4, the 3 of us are supposed to become heroes. What kind of heroes basically allow somebody that they hate, as much as we hate Bakugo, die on their watch? Within 2 and 4 couldn't help but realize that 1 is right. Within 4 saying, I could care less if Bakugo lives or dies. As long as he stops bothering Izu, that's all that matters for me. Within 3 saying, maybe this is a humbling experience, and as soon as we wait for a hero, he'll probably lose a lot of oxygen in the meantime and basically realize that he's not as strong as he thought he was. With then soon, 1 saying, that would make a humbling experience for him, but even so, that's still too dangerous. He could black out and possibly even go into a coma Within, as one was about to explain, with all of her sisters basically confused, as she soon noticed Izuku. Within, she's saying as going through that of the crowd. Within, she's saying, Izuku, what are you doing? Within, all the girls looking back saying, Izuku? However, it wasn't just Izuku, all the girls who noticed this too, but also All Might in his small might form noticed Izuku running in as well, with even the pros such as Death Arms and Kamui Woods trying to stop Izuku, telling him that he's going to get himself killed. Within, the Sludge villain saying, You damn brat! Ugh. I don't need you anymore. I got a better meat suit, so just die for me! As he soon was about to extend his tendrils, within, Izuku dodging out of the way with his quick reflexes, within, soon pulling something out of his pocket, as it seems like that of looking like that of 3 pencils, as he throws them pretty strongly as well, as the pencils pierce right through the Sludge villain's eye, as instead of that of green sludge, it's actually red, showing that it actually hit something physical. But then the Sludge villain basically winces in pain, giving Bakugo a chance to breathe. Within, Izuku having something in his hands, as it looks like that of a handkerchief or possibly a shirt. Within, soon, Bakugo noticed Izuku saying, Deku? What the hell are you doing here? With Izuku saying, Don't know, and I don't know why. But when I saw you in the crowd, when I saw your eyes, my body just moved on its own. And while I was basically making a plan while rushing to try and help you, and I know what you're gonna freaking say, that you don't need my damn help, but just piss off already. I know you and many other people told me not to step it, that I can't become a hero out of quirk. But what kind of person would I be if I just sit back and watch the person die right in front of me? I wouldn't be able to look both 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 in the face if I did nothing. Even if I didn't do nothing to save somebody like you. Within, hearing all that, Bakugo was completely caught off guard. However, it wasn't just Bakugo, as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 also were completely caught off guard, as their faces were completely and utterly flushed. To them, Izuku was thinking more about them than anything. Even if it was in the name of his own pride, that he still thought about them, even if it meant saving Bakugo too, showing that he truly did have the heart and the mind of a hero. Within, soon, grabbing onto Bakugo's arm, within, pulling with all of his might, with that of a shirt that he basically wrapped into that of a knot, within, pulling out Bakugo out of the sludge, at the same time pulling Bakugo on his back with Izuku on that of his side, within, realizing, oh crap, grabbing Bakugo by his collar and basically getting out of the Sludge villain's attack range. Within the Sludge villain saying, you damn brat, I'm gonna kill you right here. And before the Sludge villain could attack Izuku again, somebody steps in front of the two boys, as it being not All Might, however, it being somebody else, as they begin to hear that of a melodious melody, a melody so beautiful. However, the tone of the melody feels sinister, with then Sue saying, you know, Izuku, you're a real pain in the ass, you know that? If you weren't a good friend of mine, me and my sister, I would have just let you and Bakugo basically bite it. But what kind of hero would that make me? With then soon, Izuku blinked his eyes multiple times saying, 0? As it being 0. But then saying, when you're in front, when I'm my pro hero self, it's a toner to you, Izuku. With then soon, the melody begins to get even louder as she begins to sing even louder. As then, Zero's body begins to glow, like just before, as this is her quirk. Rose Draken, hero name a toner, nickname 0. Quirk Melody Rage. Basically, any beautiful melody that Zero speaks or sings, it enhances her physical body's strength, speed, and durability. However, the angrier she gets when she sings, the more powerful her melodies become. It even becomes quite haunting as well, especially if that rage is directed at somebody or some things. Within, soon, the Sludge villain begins to feel this raging song towards him, saying, wait, I give up. You don't have to. But then, soon, Zero begins to scream in that of pure bloody rage as the Sludge villain is completely and utterly eviscerated. Not dead, but almost to the point of near death, actually. As all the civilians couldn't help but look completely and utterly terrified, even the pros as well, hell, even All Might too, except that of Izuku and Zero's sisters as well. They're basically desensitized when Zero is like this after all, and when she uses her quirk too. After a few more minutes of basically tearing the Sludge villain basically every way known to man, with then soon Izuku being chastised by that of Deaf Arms and Kamui Woods, with Bakugo being praised by that of the few other pros. With then Kamui Woods was about to say something, saying, even though you were able to help him out, you could have caused the situation to get worse. With then soon saying, all right, you two, knock it off. You're really starting to bum me out with you ridiculing the kid. With then looking at that as Zero, or rather a toner, with then saying, and you, what the hell were you thinking? You do know that the civilians saw all that, saying, and your point is? With then soon Kamui Wood saying, I know you. You're a toner. A hero that's employed by the Hero Public Safety Commission. Just like Hawks, right? Saying, yeah, that's me. And unlike you other heroes that basically went to hero schools, I basically trained my ass off with the Public Hero Safety Commission to become a hero, legally by the government themselves. Which means I'm basically cut off from certain laws that you pros have to follow as well. I still have to follow the regulations, but certain actions like this can basically look the other way. With then soon Deaf Arm saying, oh yeah? Saying, yeah, as for this kid, I'll be taking him home. You three can basically soak up all the praise that you did here, even though you didn't do jack shit. With then soon Kamui Woods and Deaf Arms can help but say, why you? Why me what? You bastards? You didn't do shit. I basically took him out. Simple as that. So again, soak up the praise you didn't get, you damn bastards, and stop wasting my damn time so I can take him home. With then soon bringing Izuku up to his feet and then pushing him forward, saying, come on. With then saying, you have to be so rough? Yes, because you pissed me off today, Izuku. So go. With then, Izuku couldn't help but sigh, as deep down, Zero's doing this mainly because she was just worried. Given that, she saw what Izuku tried to do and did. Sure, she got Bakugo out of there, but even so, it still didn't help that. It made her scared and worried that Izuku would have died if his plan didn't go too flawlessly after all. But then she began to think that all the training that she's gone through with the HPSC and that she passed on to that of Izuku was a lot more better than anything. Maybe putting his skills to a better use than her, who basically does nothing but kill villains and even fellow heroes as well. As making sure that the crowd doesn't get anywhere near that of the public safety hero. With then soon noticing that of her sister saying, and you 5 bitches, you're coming too. With then soon all 5 girls couldn't help but flinch at that of their sister's tone. With then them basically walking alongside that of Izuku as well. With then soon Izuku saying, sorry girls. With all of them say at the same time saying, it's okay. As they heading straight for that of Izuku's apartment, Within soon, Izuku couldn't help but sigh, saying, "I'm really sorry, girls. I didn't mean to involve you all, but..." Within soon, Two saying, "No, that's my fault. I kind of overreacted, and basically, when you basically grabbed onto All Might, and I basically messaged all of them, so..." Within soon, one saying, "I also overreacted. I'm supposed to be the mature one here, and yet I acted irrationally. Such an act can't be repeated again." Within Zero saying, "Geez, you got me that message too." And the worst part is I was about to get off my break and head back home. And yet what do I have to do is basically save my dumbass childhood friend and making sure that my dumbass sisters didn't do anything stupid. And I figured if anything bad happened to Izuku, you all would have used your quirks at the exact same time. You know what happens if you girls use your quirks at the exact same time. Within soon, all of them couldn't help but flinch at Zero's tone. Within saying, "Any rate, with this taken care of," within soon, somebody screaming, "Hey, Deku!" Within soon, looking back as it being Bakugo saying, "What? You think you want me to I want to say thank you for saving me? You didn't save me for shit! You didn't do..." Within soon, without warning, something hits Bakugo upside his head. Within soon, everybody couldn't help but be completely and utterly caught off guard, as right in that of Zero's hands being that of Three's bag, actually, as it has a bit of her incomplete support gear, saying, "Big sis Zero, that was my bag," saying, "Oh yeah, I know, and I knew you would have possibly something more heavier that would knock that dumbass out, and I'm not trying to hear him at all." Within soon, Bakugo basically nursing that of his head, within saying, while he's nursing that, "We need to get you home, Izuku. Let's go." Within soon, Izuku saying, "And yet you're a pro hero, and you still act like you did back all those 10 years ago." Within soon, Zero saying, "Yeah, and what's your point?" Within soon, Izuku couldn't help but sigh, saying, Nothing at all." And as they're getting closer and closer to Izuku's apartment, within soon, somebody coming through the alleyway saying, "I am here, coming through the alleyway like a hero." With everybody freaking out, even that of Zero. Within, Izuku saying, "All Might?" Within, all the girls saying, "All Might's here? Why?" Within, soon, All Might saying, "I finally was able to catch up to you. It took me a while to navigate these streets. Still not so familiar with Masufu's layout after all." Within, Izuku saying, "What are you doing here, All Might?" Within, All Might is about to explain before realizing, oh crap, as he soon goes back to Small Might. Within, all of the girls basically freaking out, even Zero freaking out. Within saying, "Okay, what the hell is this shit? I never seen a deflated All Might before. This has to be some kind of fake-ass cosplay." Within, soon, Izuku saying, "Wait, Zero, no, this is the real All Might." Within, soon, All Might coughing, saying, "He's right, I am. I was really trying my best to keep this a secret. And I was hoping that you, Mr. Toner, would be already gone by now. But it seems you really are close with him." With Zero sighing, saying, "Yeah, he's my childhood best friend, alongside my sisters as well. So, this is what you really look like, All Might. You know, I had theories that your quirk was basically some kind of strength enhancer / possibly power-up quirk. Now, looks like I'm somewhat But now that I know that this is what you look like, I think I'm glad that I dodged a bullet having a crush on you." Then, soon, everybody is completely caught off guard with Zero's bluntness towards All Might. Within, soon, All Might couldn't help but sigh and that of laughter, saying, "Fair enough." Within, saying, however, I came here to rectify my answer before, young man." Within, soon, hearing that, soon Three's eyes couldn't help but perk up, saying, "Wait, is he doing what I think he's doing?" and tilting her head to the side, coming to this realization, within All Might wiping the blood from his mouth, saying, "Young man, when I told you about what it means to be a hero, I was being a hypocrite. I was being naive. Not only that, when I was also there when I saw that young boy being hit and taken over by that of the Sludge villain. I already know that I've wasted too much of my time. I didn't want to use anymore. But then when I saw this quirkless boy step into the crowd where the heroes are basically doing nothing on the side, it made me want to act. It made me want to step in. But then, within looking at Zero, saying, somebody else stepped in as well and helped out too before the situation got worse. And I have to say, both of you truly acted like that of heroes. Even with you, Mr. Toner, basically going a little bit too out there. But then Zero couldn't help but scoff, saying, he pissed me off. And I had to take out mainly Izuku pissed me off, and my sisters. So I took it out on the villain. Simple as that. I'm not going to justify it. So what? With everybody completely caught off guard with Zero's nonchalantness towards the number one hero, even her sisters as well. Within All Might saying, oh boy, I got my work cut out for me. Within soon, All Might saying, but back what I was saying, young man, when I told you about heroes basically always having to put their life on the line to help those in need, do you know what the greatest heroes have in common? Within, Izuku, alongside the girls, couldn't help but be caught off guard when wondering what that means. Within, All Might saying, the greatest heroes known to man, known that when they act, their body moves on their own without thinking, being a sign that they're destined for greatness, destined to be a great hero. And for that, I will say this. Within, soon, Izuku, hearing these words, as he realized what All Might's about to say, saying, young man, you too can become a hero. After those words, Izuku's eyes begin to water up with that of tears, as then he even begins to put his hands in his pocket, clenching deeply on that of the keychain, before then going to his knees, as the girls can help but say, Izuku! Hey, are you okay, Izuku? Darling, it's okay, Izuku. We'll Izu baby. And Izuku saying, I can. You were right. Even if All Might told me that I couldn't, even if he didn't rectify what he said, I still would have became a hero either way. I still would have tried to achieve it. But hearing those words from you again, it reassured me even more that I want to achieve my dream to being a hero. With that, soon, all the girls couldn't help but hug Izuku in that of comfort. Hell, Zero couldn't help but look at Izuku in that of a caring and loving look. Within, soon she's saying, well, but All Might, you were on my shit list a little while ago, but I guess you're off that list now. Be grateful that Izuku forgave you so easily, because I'm not so much forgiving after all. With that, this was the beginning of how Izuku became the world's greatest hero, with that of 6 other ladies who supported him by his side. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Let's read them. And again, sorry for this being so goddamn long. That's my own fault. Oh boy. Adding that to 5 other love interests for Izuku for this what if is a lot tougher than I thought. So I had to give a lot more, character development between each and every one of the girls. So yeah, it's going to be a little tough. But I think I can handle it. And yes, Izuku will have one for all in this what if. That's just going to be, it was pretty obvious I was probably going to head that route anyway. I mean, yeah, Izuku is capable for somebody without a quirk because of Zero and the girls' training, but even so, he still needs the quirk after all. So yeah, any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification, keep up to date my videos on below the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, gaming channel, side channel, other channel, Patreon, and Cash App. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie signing out. Later, guys. Hope you all take care. Shiro Kitsune, all yours, my lady.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!